Third down and 20.
Aaron Rodgers is incredibly unhappy with the Packers front office, and he wants out allegedly. Like some insider was saying, like 95% chance he doesn't return. I do think that's a little, like the media hyping it up, trying to get some more stories printed out. But what would you guys put the odds at? Like, is Aaron Rodgers out of Green Bay?
So I don't know if you saw the report that he wants the GM fired.
I did.
See ya.
That's what I was gonna say. For me, he just made things easy for Green Bay. I think Green Bay should be happy that report came out. If all they have to do is fire their GM to be able to keep Rodgers happy in Green Bay, yeah, you do it. You still get to keep the coach that's led you to the what did they make 2 straight NFC championships with LaFleur? Or did they make it only to the second round 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 straight NFC championships. Been a very successful team. And all you got to do is fire the GM. It's not like he's like some like genius, brilliant GM. Like for their first 2 picks last year were kind of useless. Neither of them got on the field as a contender. You drafted a backup quarterback who never played in a 3rd string running back. Only to re-sign the running back that he was supposed to replace to a big contract. So I'd gladly move away the GM. I think if they end up trading Rodgers and keeping that GM, it's a huge mistake. Although I am keeping my hopes alive for a Rodgers in Vegas dream. That would be amazing. I would be a huge fan of Rodgers in Vegas with John Gruden. So that's what I'm rooting for. But I think Green Bay should fire their GM. That's what's going to fix it.
Dude, not even that. I think that, like, if I were, I don't think the Packers have an owner, but let's just say they did. If I was the Packers owner, that GM would have been sent packing already. He would have been out of there yesterday. I don't care. You haven't done shit yet. Like,
exactly.
To be honest, you've done a bad job up to this point. I've seen some people say like, oh, well, Rodgers, they made 2 straight NFC championships. They have good players. He's complaining too much. Like, I think that's the problem, is that you are, for the most part, the current best quarterback, or at least top 3, because you can definitely see Mahomes, Tom Brady are definitely up there. But I mean, even before Mahomes entered the league, it's not like Aaron Rodgers wasn't a top 3 quarterback, and you really haven't had tons and tons of playoff success like these other top 3 quarterbacks consistently have had. I mean, the only other 2 who are just undisputed, like insane, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Peyton Manning, these guys all have or look like they're going to win multiple Super Bowls. Dude, we could patch together a defense with some old vets, kind of like with these prove-it contracts, guys trying to championship hop. The fact that the Packers aren't doing that while they have like the great quarterback, and they're just doing this conservative mindset, oh, well, we can't mess up the future, but at the same time, you're not going in now to compete with all these other teams that are going in now. So, I mean, I don't blame Rodgers for being pissed off. I would want to go to a team that's ready to risk everything to get a real-ass run, 3, 4 years, 2 years, ready to win Super Bowls.
So, real quick, just one side comment. I completely buried the fact that Lounis is wearing a clown face. That was from our draft live stream as one of his punishments. But going back to it, you guys were talking about the other quarterbacks, right? Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. Like, I think it's hard to argue that like Aaron Rodgers' team is like much better or even like comparable to the type that Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady have currently, like the team built around him. Like when we're looking at Tom Brady's defense, he's got like 4 elite weapons on offense. He's got a very stacked defense. Same thing with Patrick Mahomes, like elite weapons on offense, a pretty stacked defense as well. Like when you look at Aaron Rodgers, like, yeah, there's Jair Alexander on the other side, and there's a couple good linebackers, but like for the most part, the Packers defense doesn't really compare to the Bucs or the Chiefs.
It doesn't, but at the same time, I thought their defense put them in a really good position to make it to the Super Bowl. I don't like in that NFC Championship game, they forced a good amount of turnovers in that second half.
Yeah,
It
Tom
would
Brady
be
didn't look good.
it
Yeah,
would be
but
nice if
no,
off
but
of those
this is
turnovers.
JT's point. That defense played good, but did you see what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense did in the Super
True.
Bowl? That's the
True.
difference.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but that Super Bowl was a blowout. You know what I mean? Like, I think if Green Bay's in the Super Bowl, like that would have been a really close game, and it's up to Rodgers versus Mahomes at the very end. And it would have been a lot easier if instead of drafting Jordan Love, you drafted, I don't know, a T. Higgins, a Brandon Ayuk,
Yeah,
Chase Claypool.
that was the thing. I saw the quote. The GM was like, "Oh, we really wanted like CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Ayuk, but they went before us. So, oh shocks, we couldn't get a wide
It was
receiver."
CeeDee Lamb and
the
it was
worst argument ever.
It was CeeDee Lamb and Jefferson.
You have
Yeah,
months,
Jefferson.
you have months to prepare for the draft, saying, "Oh well, these other teams that just clearly had better plans and
They
executed it
took
way
the guys
better.
we want.
Rats! They just got them. You know, we tried,
It's
dude.
like
You were in like the most competitive industry. That is not an excuse for poor performance. GM for me would have been gone yesterday. Aaron Rodgers has every right to complain. I understand the Packers are a good team, but there is a clear difference from being a good team and a great team. Take Aaron Rodgers off that team and see what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's also like it's like the Giants GM Gelman being like, "Oh, we want to take Joe Burrow, but he got drafted ahead of us. Like, what are we gonna do?" Like,
I mean,
can't
at
do
pick
anything about
27,
that.
we were looking at Kyle Pitts, and it just didn't work out. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminded me. I was telling Frank about this yesterday. Urban Meyer went to his front office like a month or two ago and was like begging, asking them. He's like, "Hey, so is there anything we can do, you guys can do to help me come away with Trevor Lawrence and Kyle Pitts?" The front office was like, "No, Like, we can't." And he was like upset about it. Like he really wanted the front office to get them both.
Dude, I mean, I don't blame him. That's probably the first thing I would say too.
All right. Real quick before so we can wrap up the Aaron Rodgers talk, like give me your top, like what team is Aaron Rodgers on at the start of the season?
The Broncos, you know it's gonna fucking happen because they always do. But I would want to see the Giants. I don't think Gettleman has the balls to though.
Oh,
I'm rooting for the Raiders. I will cry if he ends up a New York Giant. Dallas fans will probably cry harder.
No, you won't.
And
Dude, because you realize that we have the Hooters bet, which directly benefits you if the Giants win the Super Bowl.
yes, but that's
Put
gonna
your
hurt.
allegiance aside
That's
for
gonna
the
hurt.
greatest night at Hooters, Lounis.
No, it would be fun, but that's gonna hurt. I don't want to see the Giants just stun on the Eagles like that much. I need whoever wins the NFC just to lose in the first round again, like last year.
Dude, you
I
guys
know it
probably
won't be the
want to
Eagles.
lose.
No, I'm saying the Eagles aren't going to win the NFC, but I'm just saying whoever wins it, I want them out in the first round. But so I'm rooting for the Raiders because I think that'd be so much fun. And I'm interested to see how he would do with those rookie receivers, Brian Edwards and Ruggs and Darren Waller. But if I had to guess, I think he's going to be in Green Bay. I just don't see how they can fuck up the situation that bad. Like if it comes down to the GM, fucking fire him. It's hard to fuck that up.
I want to agree with you, Lounis, but like for the interest of it, I am going to say the Raiders. I just think, we've seen the Raiders drafts the previous years. It's hard to judge what they did this year, even though I think we all kind of said Leatherwood was probably reaching the first round. But like in previous years, their drafts weren't that great. So you might as well just trade your picks and get like the known guy in Aaron Rodgers. So like definitely going to help you more.
Dude, can you imagine that division? You got Mahomes and Rodgers in the same division.
Yeah, jeez.
And
twice a year.
My sweet prince Justin Herbert's
And
there
Herbert.
too, right? Like in a pretty stacked offense now as well.